we're going to talk about covering wooden and paper mache letters. I've spent all week using different materials and techniques and trying to find the best and easiest way to do this. So I'm going to give you about 5 different options. These are the first letters I did, LSU. This is actually fabric. Let me zoom in for you so you can see. This is fabric. Now what I did was I first spray painted the letters with Krylon yellow, and then I took a piece of fabric and cut fabric pieces, little rectangles for each of the letters, and with each piece of fabric I put a thin layer of Mod Podge on it. I learned this on the internet. And I let the fabric dry, and then it becomes like a consistency of a plastic tablecloth. Much easier to cut. Then I Mod Podged the painted letter, and then I put the dry fabric on there and let it dry. Flipped it over, and you have all the excess fabric. And then using an X-Acto knife, I cut around the letter. And because the fabric already had Mod Podge on it and made it kind of vinyl-y and like a plastic tablecloth, it cut off so easy. And because I put Mod Podge on the fabric beforehand, it was able to greatly reduce the fringe. So once I cut off all the excess, I put another layer of the gloss Mod Podge on. So that's how I did these. The next letters that I used were also wooden letters. All of my letters, wooden or paper mache, I got from Hobby Lobby. I painted these with spray paint, Krylon black. You get in close so you can see it. And then I adhered with hot glue the orange bling on there. And then I took this Sargent Art washable glitter glue. Let me make sure that's in the frame. Sorry. And I basically colored in the letters with the glitter glue. I did this on my bunko wreath. And while you're waiting for the glitter glue to dry, it looks very bumpy and uneven. But once it dries, it all kind of smooths out and creates kind of a glittery space effect. You should know this glitter takes forever to dry. So it's a project you want to do in the evening and let it dry overnight. And by the morning, it'll be dry. So it's a fun effect. The next letters I did are the same process as the LSU letters. However, instead on the top coat, I used the glitter Mod Podge, and it gives it a subtle glittery look. Let me see if I can zoom in so that you can kind of see. You can see the glitter there. Oop, it's upside down. Sorry, OSU fans. There we go. And so it has a subtle glittery effect that you'd see more with the sun. So that's how I did that. Again, the OSU is fabric. Cut rectangles, Mod Podged over the rectangles to create a plasticky feel. Then I spray painted the letters, Mod Podged the letters, put the fabric down, let it dry, flip it over, X-Acto knife, cut all the edges off, and then put a layer of the glitter Mod Podge on that. Then probably one of the easier techniques is scrapbook paper. Spray paint the letters, Mod Podge with regular Mod Podge, Oh, first of all, I should say that I got scrapbook paper at a local scrapbook store, flipped over the letters, traced them, get as close to the edges as possible to get a true cut. And then I took my Cutter B scissors and cut out the scrapbook paper. Painted the letters, put a layer of regular gloss Mod Podge on, placed the scrapbook paper on there. And you know, with Mod Podge, it kind of wants to curl up the paper, so try to get out as many bubbles as possible. Let that dry, and then put another layer of Mod Podge to seal it, getting out as many wrinkles as possible. There are a few, but I think it's okay. So that's probably the easiest technique. And the last technique, which I did because I wanted to try to find an economical solution. Let me make sure that's on screen. Okay. The way I did these is I spray painted the letters with white, and I'm wondering if anybody can guess what this is. It's not scrapbook paper. I wanted to experiment with wrapping paper. Got the wrapping paper at Hobby Lobby. I cut rectangles that would fit the letter. I put a layer of gloss Mod Podge on, and immediately when you put a layer of gloss Mod Podge on wrapping paper, it's going to start to kind of pucker. Don't worry about it. Let it dry. It doesn't take very long. Then I put spray adhesive on the letter, and I put the wrapping paper, which is now, again, because you put the Mod Podge on before, a consistency of light vinyl, a light plastic tablecloth. Put the wrapping paper down and just smoothed it out. It's a lot easier to work with, a lot less flimsy because you've already put the Mod Podge on. Once that's dry, I put another layer of Mod Podge, and I'm not really sure that I would do that again, because with the extra layer of Mod Podge, I got some more puckering. And I think really just the spray adhesive would have held it fine. Or I might just do a clear spray coat instead of the Mod Podge. Because the wrapping paper is thinner, so I wasn't real happy with the final product on the last layer of Mod Podge. I don't know that I would do that again. Then I took some ribbon, cut a piece about 1 foot long, double knotted it, made some pretty edges, and then hot glued some bling on there. I think that's really cute. So I hope all of these techniques inspire you to try covered letters, especially for your wreaths. So thanks a lot.